all switch on your cameras? If you don't mind.
Yep.
That's good. Okay, and Habira, me, and Navya. Hi guys, where are you all? So you can unmute yourself. Yes. Yes, Navya. Since you are in offline, you can join in the companion. You can join in the companion. So I'll show you. Come here. So you guys wait for a minute, okay? I have an offline student also.
Okay.
So, bye. So this is your link, right? Copy this. Do you have any personal chat? Okay, did you all have breakfast? Hello, am I audible?
Yep, you're audible.
Okay, fine. So since it's the first day, let me introduce myself. Already yesterday I have taken the orientation program. I think you guys have remembered me, I guess. So I'm Hemavati, the senior accounts trainer. So I'll be going to train each and every courses what and all will be going to held in the future time. So that will be that. Today I'll be going to take practical of accounting. Why means, so I think you can ask me that what is the meaning of practical accounting? Am I right? So do you have any idea? I think in the orientation I have explained with topics. So do you all remember that?
I actually missed the orientation yesterday because it was the first call and it was like very early in the morning here. So I have no idea. I'm not sure if I missed a lot or I just don't know. It was the first day I missed. Sorry.
It's okay, it doesn't matter. But let me explain that practical of accounting. Why we are going to do that means, so some people will be having a career gap. So I can say, so we'll be like after BCom, we'll be having so much of career gap, and we won't be remembering the basic stuffings of accounting. Am I right? Am I right, Navya? Yes, so that's the sake we're going to teach you all what is the meaning of accounting and what is the meaning of the debit as well as credit and basic stuff things you're going to learn in the practical of accounting. Is that clear?
Yeah. So like how accounting works and like have everything like very basic, right? From the
Yes.
basic.
Yes,
Okay.
from the basic we are going to learn. So not
Thank
in
you.
depth, but we are going to like brush up with the topics. Already since you guys have already have learned the everyone are commerce background students. Am I right? And what about Rishi Sharma?
No, I'm actually a psychology grad. So I'm not yeah, but
That
I'm willing to learn.
okay. And Habirami also non-commerce, I guess.
Commerce, ma'am.
Your commerce,
Yeah.
okay. And hi Tarun, you can switch on your camera. Tarun, am I audible?
I'm just a minute. I'm setting up my laptop.
Okay, fine. Take your time. So, welcome you all once again for Finpro family. So, here we are going to learn practically as well as theoretical concept together. Okay. So, if you have any doubts with any concept, you can reach out to us at any time. Okay. So, not in the midnight, guys. Okay. So, till 6 o'clock, there is a time for you all, as well as we will be providing LMS access for you all. You can just go with that and you can see the recordings, as well as we'll be having the e-learning videos, so which has already done by the CA chartered accountants. So you can just go ahead with that, because if you have any doubts with that means you can just follow that or else you can go with the recordings also. Okay. And to get the LMS access, first and foremost, you are supposed to complete your first installment. That is compulsory. Okay, then only you'll be going to get a LMS access. So LMS access is nothing that, so you'll be getting the recordings, what and all. Like today we have completed the class, the recording will be updated there. Okay, so whenever you'll be going free, whenever you'll be getting free in that particular time, you can just watch that videos and you can go through that and you can brush up. Okay, so and sometimes obviously as a human beings we are not like we can't keep each and everything in our mind. Am I right? So that's the sake. So you can just go with that, as well as you'll be having some theoretical things also with that. So manual you'll be going to get. And for offline students, they will be available from 9 to 6 here in the center itself. You can contact at any time. Okay. Is that clear? I
Yeah.
think, yeah. Yes, Rohit Sharma.
Yeah,
Rishik
that
Sharma.
sounds good.
Okay. And Rami, so I think you are from Kormangla branch. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
So are you there at the center?
Sorry?
Are you there at the center?
Yeah, and
Okay, fine. You guys, everyone have your own laptop, I guess. Am I right? Do everyone have your own laptops?
Yep, good for me.
Okay. And what about others? Sorry, Rami?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So let me start. Okay, can you all introduce yourself one by one, so that I'll be familiar with you guys. Yes. You can take a lead and you can start. Introduce yourself. Hello.
All right, I'll start.
Yeah.
Hi guys. My name is Rush Sharma. I come from U.S. Army. I worked in J.P. Morgan for like 5 years in finance and private client banking, and then I became a product consultant. But I've never dealt with accounting. I've dealt with like finance, but not accounting. This is like my first time doing this, so super excited. Um, my company's paying for it, so I'm excited even more. And hopefully I'll be able to pivot into ERP roles after learning from you guys, SAP and stuff like that. So super excited and excited to meet new people.
Oh, nice. That's so good. So welcome to Finpro family, Rashid Sharma.
Thank you.
Yes, and next.
Okay, there is a problem with my laptop camera, ma'am. Shall I introduce like that?
Yeah, doesn't matter. Yes, come on.
Yeah, myself, Tarun Nayak. I recently completed my MBA graduation in Finance and Human Resources. So I joined FinPro to improve my uh, practical knowledge in accounting and finance. As you know, we gain some academic knowledge in finance, and that's all will not work out for industries. So I planned to gain some practical knowledge in finance and get into the market.
Okay, fine. Welcome to Finpro family, Tarun Nayak.
Thank you.
Okay, yes. Next.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Abhirami and I'm from Kerala. I'm an MBA graduate in dual specialization in finance and HR.
Wow, great. So you are here for Finpro to learn. What do you
Oh,
think? Are you excited or not?
excited.
Okay, fine. So, okay, fine. Welcome to Finpro family, Abhirami. So
Thank you, ma'am.
we'll learn together, guys. Okay. So and you, Navya. Yes, you can speak. Like, yeah. Okay, that's great. So welcome to Finpro family. Yes, so I'll be available here. We'll chat later. Okay. Fine. So let me share my screen. So anyone have any doubts with the courses, guys, or any kind of questions from your head?
I do actually. Sorry.
Yes.
So the thing is, I don't actually have knowledge of
Okay.
accounting, and I don't know how I don't know how simple debits and credit work. I don't know how any of this work. Would you also teach us all of that, like how exactly to look
Yes,
at that? And
from the scratch,
okay,
I'm going to teach you. Okay.
thank you so much. Yeah, that
Yes.
was the only thing.
So that's the sake. First 1 week, we are going to teach you all the basic concept of accounting. So it may be like what is the meaning of debit and what is the meaning of credit. So those topics we are going to teach, because for commerce students, they will be familiar with the topics. But also, if I ask the question now, the meaning of accounting, you guys won't be possible to answer that, I guess. So some students can happen, but most of them it is not possible. And if I ask the question of what is debit note and what is credit note, means you'll be clicking your eyes. What is the answer for that? Okay, am I right? So that is the thing will be going to happen. So no worry about that. So we'll be going to teach you all from the basic. So let us learn together. Okay. So fine. So let me share my screen. Anything else? Any doubts for anyone? Hello, hello guys. Anyone have any doubts? If you have any doubts, means you can unmute yourself and you can respond. As well as if you have any question, means you can raise your hands. We have in the screen, you can see that we have emojis. You can raise your hand for using that. As well as if you have any doubts, means you can unmute yourself and you can ask the question. Sometimes I will go in like to express page, so you can just stop me. Okay. So can I continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you see my screen? Okay, fine. So let us continue with the topic. What is the meaning of accounts? Since you guys are already from commerce background, I think hope you guys will answer me for this question. Yes, try guys. What is the meaning of accounts? If you're comfortable,
It is a
yes.
systematic way of recording and reporting the transactions of business,
Okay,
financial transactions.
financial transaction. Well and good. Next, anyone else?
Ma'am, accounting is an art of recording, classifying, summarizing in a significant manner in terms of money transmission.
Okay. So next. Okay, I'll tell you in simple word. Accounting is nothing that dealing with money. Okay, what and all you're going to dealing with money, you're going to record in your books of accounts. So that is what the simple meaning for accounting. Is that clear? I request everyone to make a note of each and every point. So if you're maintaining a books, means it's good guys. Okay, so keep 200 pages or a 300 pages books. So like especially for this course, so it will be easy for you to revise once after completion of course, as well as you'll be having the exams also, level 1 exams as well as level 2 exam and level 3 exam plus certification exam will be done here. So I request and I suggest you all to keep one. Is that clear?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So maintain the book and let me tell the structure how the course will be going. Okay, so first you're going to learn about the practical of accounting, where you're going to learn the basic stuffings of accounting. Next will be you're going to do practically what and all you have learned in theoretically, everything you're going to implement in practically while doing tally prime. So that is the updated version which you're going to do under the education mode. Okay, so there we will be going to teach you all the real case study, which it's like if you go for any companies means you should be ready to do the works at the like if they given the any source documents or invoices means you should be able to work. So that much we are going to make you all prepare. As well as next will be your we are going to teach you all Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. So these are the topics we are going to cover, and so related to the accounts. Okay, so because if you are expert in other software regarding accounting software means you should know some basic about the Excel and other stuffings. Am I right? So that's to say we are going to concentrate on that area also. And later we are going to teach you all the GST filing. 1 week you will be having theory class, and next week we will be having GSTR1 written filing and 3B written filing, as well as e-way bill. We are going to teach you all how to generate in the stimulation mode. Means we have in the FinPro itself, they have innovated one software. So that is a practice spot where you're going to, it will be like exactly like the real software. Okay, like it is stimulation mode. So it will be like same as a real official website which you are going to see in the GST and all this to do the filing, right? Same like that it will be there, and we are going to teach from the scratch. Okay, and next we are going to teach you all the TDS filing as well as income tax. So okay, so after that you'll be having Zoho books, so which is cloud software. We'll be having 3 weeks of class or 2 weeks, depends on the concepts. So there also we'll be going to provide you all the real time case studies. Okay, so and you are also going to do for 1 year transaction. So we'll be providing a transaction and we'll be going to provide the case study, real time case study. Based on that, you are going to work. Okay. The next one, last, will be SAP. Okay, so you should not supposed to say as a SAP. So the SAP means in German language, it's a pig. So don't use as a SAP. So you can mention, because we have an abbreviation for that. So you can mention it as a SAP. Okay, so for that also we'll be having 2 months course will be provided for you all. So later you'll be having a, we'll be going to wind up that. So we'll be having a certification exams, and the last final will be having level 3 exam. That's it for the course. So for these 6 months, we are going to cover these many parts. Is that clear? Are you clear about the course?
Yes, ma'am.
I will.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Rushi Sharma.
Yeah, clear.
Okay, fine. Yes, fine. So let me continue with the practical of accounting now. So okay, as I said you that accounting is nothing that dealing with money. So what and all in your day-to-day life, anyway, you guys are will be going to do the shoppings, and sometimes you'll be going to purchase, and sometimes you'll be going to sell, and sometimes you'll be going to borrow. So what and all you are going to deal with the money. So those stuffings we are going to record in the books of accounts. I'm sorry, guys. Due to some technical issues, I was off. Okay. Let me continue. Okay. So, do you have any doubts with the meaning of accounting? And also, I can give the definition for the accounting. Accounting is recording, summarizing, analyzing the financial transaction. So that is what exactly the meaning of the definition for accounting. I think commerce students now you got, I guess. Okay, so accounting is nothing that. So we are going to record all the financial transaction and we are going to analyze that and we are going to summarize that. So that is what about accounting. Understood? So just take it as an example, since Rishi Sharma and all new to this course as well as you don't know the basic of accounting. So let me give best example for you. So if you just take it as an example, I'll be giving 100 rupees for you to spend. So you'll be going for the hotel to spend that amount. So anyway, like before you come, you'll be going to analyze. Like if you're paying means there is a transaction is happened. Am I right? So if the transaction is happened means obviously what the next step will be. So because the money, we are dealing with the money. We are completed with the money transaction. So the leftover is, just take it as an example, 50 rupees is leftover. When you return to home, I'll be going to, what you're going to do first and foremost, you're going to analyze that. You're going to calculate that. So what are all the stuffings you have purchased and how much the cost for particular product and everything you're going to analyze by yourself. And later, you'll be going to give that particular amount, the leftover amount to your respective trainers or anyone. Okay, so for your mom, just take that example for your mom. And the mom will be going to summarize. She will be going to summarize and you will be going to explain us. Summarize is nothing that we are going to summarize that what and all is happened, where you went, and what are the things you have purchased, and everything you are going to calculate. You're going to do the calculation, plus you're going to summarize that, and later you're going to record in your books of accounts. So that is what exactly the meaning of accounts. Is that clear? Rishi Sharma, understood?
Yeah, that makes sense. You're basically talking about how we do like everyday shopping and everyday transaction, how accounting works. Just comparing.
Yes, exactly. That is same thing, but you are going to record in your books of account. Because as accountants, we have to maintain records. We have to maintain the transaction records each and every day, what and all you're dealing with the money, everything we have to record. Why we have to record? Any idea? Why we have to record?
For like legal purposes and for company. I mean, there's a bunch of things, right?
Yes.
Like there'd be like legal purpose also for our own record to see how we're performing, right?
Yes. So exactly what he said is correct. And I just wanted to tell you all, if you did not maintain the accounts means obviously finally. So when is our financial year going to start in India? April 1st. Am I right? So whether it started for this year? Not yet. Am I right? So it will be going to start on 1/4/2026 and it will be going to end on March 31st. So that is with the financial year for 1 year. So in 2026 and 27 will be the financial year for this particular year. Am I right? Hello, others, are you all there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So in this particular year, what and all the transaction you have made, everything we are going to record so that we'll be getting one conclusion at the end. So how much we have spent for this particular year and what and all for the particular, like if your manufacturing sector means how much of the amount you have spent for manufacturing and how much you have spent for the particular employees and how much you have spent for the to purchase materials, raw materials and other stuffings. Everything will be going to get one idea. So that's the sake we are going to we are going to record each and everything in the books of accounts. And also we can compare with the last year finance as well as this year balance sheet. So as you already know that what is the meaning of balance sheet. So where you can see it's a single script where you'll be going to see whether whether you got a profit or not. Okay, and also you'll be maintaining a profit and loss account where you can easily identify that whether your guys are occurring profit or loss, and that will be going to carry down for the balance sheet, and you're going to configure that whether you got a profit for that year or not, and for the last year. So if you're comparing with the last year statement as well as for this year statement, so you can, based on that, you can plan for next year. Am I right? So that is how exactly the structure will be going to work. So let us discuss the accounting cycle first. So accounting cycle, what is the meaning of accounting cycle? Anyone have any idea about the cycle? I think you guys, circle system. Do you all know circle? So exactly cycle also the same thing. So it is a routine. I can say the best example as a routine. So in your day-to-day life also, you'll be going to get up at morning 5. After that, you're going to gym, and sometimes you'll be good. After that, you'll be going to have breakfast, and you'll be coming for the course, and you'll be attending here. And after, you're going to have lunch and night dinner, and again you're going to sleep. So same routine will be going to follow, right? So exactly in the accounts also we have a routine. So routine means we have to follow the steps. If you miss any one steps also, it will be affected in the next step. I can say that if you miss one meal, okay, it can be a morning breakfast. If you missed one meal means automatically it will be affected in the next. Am I right? Sometimes it will be stomach can upset, or sometimes it will be like you can get a gastrics. Why Nandini is so late? One sec, guys. So we have one more student. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys. We have one student has here. So let us continue now. Okay. So where were we? Okay. So if you missed one mill means it will be affected in the next mill. Am I right? So same like that in accounting cycle also we have a steps as to be followed. Okay. So you can take down this accounting cycle. The accounting cycle is a collective process of identifying, analyzing, and recording the accounting events of a company. So these and all the events will be going to take in place. Okay, you can see that source document, journal entries, ledgers, trial balance. The last will be the financial statement. Let me explain one by one. So did you all take in this theory? As I explained the same thing, the accounting cycle is a collective process of identifying. First we are supposed to, after the transaction, what we have to do? We have to identify which kind of transaction is that, whether it's a cash transaction or a credit transaction, or if you have made any UPI, am I right? Any online transaction. So based on that, we are going to identify. Next, we are going to analyze that whether whether we have given proper amount or not, whether we have paid, whether we have received the extra amount. Everything we have to calculate. That is what analyzing and recording the accounting events of the company. That will be known as a accounting cycle. Is that clear? And first and foremost, we have to collect the source documents. What do you mean by source documents? Any idea? What do you mean by source
Bill,
documents? Very
any
good.
bills, receipts, and vouchers.
Very good, very good. As you said, it's correct. Source documents is nothing that it's the evidence or a proof. So if you're dealing with the money means, so there should be a proof, right? So sometimes we can be full. Am I right? So sometimes they will be making us full. So in that situation, what you have to do means, so each and every sector, not only in accounting sector, each and every sectors, the proof or evidence is very important. Am I right? So that's the sake. So for everything, you have to maintain the records as well as you have to maintain the source documents, which is very, very essential in accounting. Okay. If you did not keep or if you did not maintain the source documents means automatically the manager or the owner will be, so if they come and if they're cross-verifying the accounts means, if you caught means they will be obviously they'll be asking, where is the receipt for this? So you should be answerable for that. Am I right? So in that situation, if you have that particular source document or a invoices or a receipt means, you can show and you can cross-verify that. Is that clear? Okay. So let us continue with the next steps in accounting. So as I said, you accounting cycle. So where it will go, so like a from to, like a from where it will be going to start and where it will be going to end. The same cycle will be going to follow for each and every year. When financial year it going to start means obviously they'll be going to start with the recording of every day-to-day transaction, and they'll be going to end with the end of the year. Am I right? And again they're going to close the books, and again they'll be going to start a new book in the next financial year. Means we'll be going to close our financial books in the 31st March 2027. Again, the financial year will be going to start on 1st April 2027. Is that clear? Anyone have any doubts? Okay,
No,
fine.
ma'am.
So, identification of transaction. As I said, you first and foremost, we have to identify the transaction, which transaction is we are going to do. So, whether it's a online or a cash or a credit, which transaction we are going to do, that thing we have to identify by seeing the receipts or a voucher. Is that clear? The next one, source documents. So source documents, as I said, it's very, very important. Without source document, you can't be able to maintain the books of accounts. So that's the thing. Source documents is very important. It can be a receipts, it can be a bills, or it can be a tickets, bus tickets, or it can be a film tickets, or it can be a electricity bill, or these and all the miscellaneous expenses. Not only that, we have account statements, as well as if you're staying in any rental house means we'll be having, for that also we'll be having the agreement letter. Am I right? So those stuffings and all will be considered as a evidence as well as a proof. So we have to maintain that. So that will be considered as a source document. Okay. So the later we'll be going ahead with the journal entry. Okay. So now if you're If you have already the source document, the receipts as well as bill is there means next we are going to pass the journal entry. So anyone have any idea about the journal entry? Hmm? You know the transaction, but you don't know the meaning of that. Okay, fine.
I have a question. Is it like, so we're talking about, we identify the transaction, then we have the documents that support that transaction,
Yes.
and the journal is like a book where we write those transactions, right?
Very
Something
good.
like that.
Yes, exactly. What you are saying is correct. Okay. So first we have to identify. Next, as you said, is a source document. We have to maintain that proofs, as well as later we have to record in our books of account. Okay. So journal entry, I can say that is a rough book. Okay. So where you'll be going to record each and everyday transaction, what and all the transaction you are making, that everything you're going to record in journal entry. Is that clear? Okay, so if you're debited means you'll be going to record. If you're credited means that also you'll be going to record. If you're purchased, if you're sold, or if you're doing any transaction, like it can be a monetary transaction also. Sometimes it can be a other than monetary transaction also. You're going to record in the books of accounts. So I can say best example as a depreciation. So depreciation also, it is not a monetary transaction we are making, but since it's a adjustment entry, so we has to maintain the journal entry. Journal entries, as already Rishit Sharma said, it's a one book where you'll be going to record, because as a human beings we'll be forgetting the things, what the transaction we have done. So we'll be forgetting that kind of thing. So that's the sake. If you're maintaining in the books of accounts everything means we can easily see and we can record in we can pass the transaction based on that. Am I right? So that's the sake we'll be maintaining journal entry. Is that clear? In simple word, it's a rough book. Where anyway, you guys are kept key points book, right? Same as that. Okay. So for your for remembering purpose, you will be keeping journal entry. So that is what the journal entry. So the next will be going ahead with the ledger account. So what do you mean by ledger? So now we have done with the journal entry. Next, ledger. Huh? Yes, where all the transaction in one book. Okay. In the olden days, we used to maintain in manually, guys. But now we have updated. So advanced. So we'll be maintaining in softwares by using a software, varieties of software. It can be a Tally, Zoho, and SAP. And also we have a Oracle. So we have varieties of things where we're going to maintain the records. So just tell me the meaning of ledger. So you can take down.
It is just posting the entries, ma'am. Posting entries from the journal.
Yes, exactly. So we are going to post the very good. I think it's a Tarun, am I right? Very good, Tarun. So we are going to post the transaction. So already we have done with we have prepared the book and we have recorded the debit entry as well as credit entry, everything. So next the step will be ledger account, where you are going to record the accounting ends, the transaction accounting ends. So I can say as a purchase, as well as sales, as well as furniture, machinery, as well as liabilities, assets, as well as what and all you are purchasing in your day-to-day life. Everything you are going to maintain in the ledger account. So you'll be going to create accounting heads. Ledger is nothing but accounting heads you're going to create. Is that clear? Any doubts?
So it's like separate. So once we have it in journal entry, a
Yes.
ledger is like separate folders.
Separating, yes, bifurcating, everything bifurcating.
Okay.
So what
So there'll
and
be
all?
like one
Ah.
cash folder, one rent folder, like things like
Yes.
that. Just, okay.
Yes, very good. Exactly same. Okay. So we'll be going to make it as a different folder. So if just take it as an example, we have a group, call it as a bank. So in that bank, we'll be having a varieties of bank. So it can be a SBI, it can be a South India, it can be a Canara, it can be a HDFC. So we have a varieties. So those stuffings you're going to create under the ledger. Is that clear?
Right.
Okay.
So like,
Let us
just
Yes.
one question. So basically, journal has all of the transaction, and ledger has bifurcation. So if journal has like 10 transaction of like 5 with bank, 2 with
Yes.
something else. So bank ledger would have all of the bank transactions, like basically that ledger. Okay.
Yes, you
This is fine.
accounting gets. Yes, only you are going to filter from the journal entry. Only will be going to take that particular words. So main transaction. Like
That's
just
fair.
take it as example. If you purchase a raw material, furniture. If you purchase a furniture, means what will be the journal entry for that? If you are purchasing a furniture, means what will be the journal entry?
I have no
Purchase
clue.
account. Yes, purchase account debited to purchase account debit to furniture account will be going to credit. Am I right? So since we are the expenses is taking place. Am I right? So if you're purchasing means it's the expenses. Every time keep in your mind, guys. So you have to think from your point. Okay, not from other points. So if you are recording in your books of account means, so if you're purchasing means it's the expenses for you. Am I right? So that's the same. Purchase will be considered as a debit and furniture will be considered as a credit. And also if you want, you can make it as a furniture account data to cash account, cash or bank account. So which the transaction you're making. So based on that, you can just select. Is that clear? So now, so in that particular journals, you'll be going to create a separate ledgers. So furniture account, that is also accounting at, and purchase account, that is also accounting at, cash or bank account, that is also accounting at. So those stuffings you're going to create under the ledgers. Is that clear? Rishi Sharma, are you clear?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So let us go ahead with the next. So now we got a basic stuffing. So what and all the transaction has done, everything is recorded now. So the next step will be unadjusted trial balance. Unadjusted trial balance means now it is half of the thing is done. The transaction, what and all we have done for this month, everything we have created now. The transaction has made the like you'll be knowing that we'll be having one debit side as well as one credit side. So that we have unadjusted trial balance. So it's a trial balance which is not for time being we have prepared for that. Okay. So still it is not adjusted. Still it is not tallied. Okay. So that will be considered as a unadjusted trial balance. Okay. Next will be adjustment entries. Anyone have any idea about adjustment entry? Anyone have any idea? Adjustment entries? No? So I can say, yes.
The entries which have some depreciations
Very good.
and premiums which should be added in the transactions.
Yes, very good. So as he said, it's correct. So adjustment entry is nothing that. So now we are in the end of the process. So we are going to complete our financial year. So now we are reached for particular point. Unadjusted trial balance is ready now. So we have to adjust that. So sometimes some people will be taken for credit amount, like still they did not paid means in that particular time. So if they have paid means we have to collect and we have to make that. Am I right? So and also bad debts, depreciation, as well as outstanding expenses, accrued expenses, so prepaid expenses, prepaid incomes. So these and all the stuffings will be considered as a adjustment entries where you are going to record at the end of the financial year. So by using that, we are going to maintain. So always the debit side as well as the credit side should be equal. So we have to make it as a debit as well as credit side equal. Okay. So for that sake, will be considered this as the sixth step will be adjustment entries. So still it is not, it is unadjusted in the fifth step. So now we are going to use the adjustment entry and we are going to adjust this transactions. Okay. The next will be adjusted trial balance. After adding all the stuffings of expenses as well as the income, adjustment entries, as I said you, bad debts, depreciation, prepaid and accrued. So those stuffings, outstanding expenses and all. So we'll be going to get adjusted trial balance. So the trial balance is ready. As I said you, trial balance is nothing that. So trial and error, where you're going to add other stuffings also, extra stuffings also you can add, and you're going to maintain whether you're going to see that whether it's a tallied or not. And there in the trial balance, you can add, if it is not tallied both the side, means you can add some more items based on your transaction. Okay, based on the transaction. And if you have missed any transaction in the journal entries or a ledgers, means you're going to see and you're going to check and you're going to do it in the 7 adjusted trial balance. Now the trial balance is ready, means it's already tallied. So later we'll be going ahead with the closing entries. So now we are end of the financial year. In this step, we are going to close all the transactions. Okay, so what and all buying aspects taking place, as well as selling aspects taking place, or any transaction related, everything we have to close before the end of the financial year. Am I right? So that is the thing. So in the step 8, you are going to close all the transaction, because if you are doing any transaction, means it will be again you have to go ahead with the unadjusted trial balance, and again you have to follow the outstanding, then you have to get the adjusted trial balance, later you have to close. So again you have to go back. So that's the same. Once if it is adjusted, means again you have, next step will be we have to close all the entries, we have to stop all the entries. Next will be the finally we'll be going to get our financial statement. It will be a profit and loss account, balance sheet, and cash flow. Okay, so which is very, very important in each and every organization or institution or any sector. Okay, so in the script, like in the balance sheet, if you see the profit and loss account, means you can compare. So whether you have missed any amount or any transaction, or whether you have got a profit for that year or a loss, everything we can configure under the financial statement under the step 9, as well as balance sheet and cash flow. So where you'll be going to see, like balance sheet is the one script where you can see each and everything. Okay, whole year transaction you can see in a one script. So that is what a balance sheet. So by seeing that, we can easily analyze that what is exactly as taken for this 1 year. Okay, so and cash flow is what is the cash flow is happened for that particular year, and fund flow, what is the fund flow is happened for that particular year. Everything we can see under the step 9. Is that clear? And last, analysis of financial statement. Before before you are closing the financial year, means first and foremost, before giving to auditing or before submitting for higher authority, means so you have to analyze that whether you have done correctly or not. Analyzing process has to be done under the 10th step of each and every statement. You're going through each and every statements, and if you are done, like if you want to do the GST filings and other stuffings for annual events, you can do it and you can complete under the 10th step. Is that clear? So this is what about the financial accounting cycle will work. Is that clear? So for the next year, same step will be you're going to follow. Anyone have any doubts with the accounting cycle? Are you all clear?
Are we gonna like dive deep into each and every step?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yes. This is only theory, guys. Okay, we're going to do in these other stuffings in practically, so don't worry about that. So I'll be going a bit fast, okay, from now on. So this is what about for accounting cycle. So let us go ahead with the next source document. As already we have discussed about the source document, it's an evidence or a proof. So documents that provides evidence and the transaction are called the source documents or OTO. So serves as a physical evidence for the financial transaction that has actually occurred. So this is what, as I said you, that is evidence as well as proof. Okay, source document is nothing but evidence or a proof, where if you don't have means obviously it will going to occur in the bad situation. Okay, so that is what exactly the meaning of this. If you want to take a snapshot of this, means you can go ahead with this. Okay, so let us discuss one by one. So you can see that we have one invoice. So can you tell me which invoice is this? So just take it as a ABC Enterprises. You are going to deal with the ABC. So whether it's a purchase invoice or a sales invoice. If you're dealing with ABC Enterprises, means which invoice is this? Huh? purchaser. Please do concentrate, see that which
We
invoice
pay,
is
we
this.
we sold it to someone, right? If we're ABC.
Yes,
So we
yes,
sold it to the RK. We sold like 50 bulbs to the RK people, right? Because it
yes,
has our name on top.
yes, Rajesh Sharma, very good. So it's a sales invoice. Okay, so if you are a vendor, okay, if you are ABC Enterprises means if you are selling, you can see bill to. So RK Electronics. So guys, whenever you'll be going to see the invoices means you should first and foremost what you have to see bill to. Okay, for whom you're billing as well as place of supply. Everything they have given in depthly. So if you're thinking from your point means it's a sales invoice. Am I right? Alva, Tarun, and Abhirami.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so this is also a evidence. So you can see. So invoice number also given and date also and the description, the goods, HSN code and quantity and unit rate, everything they have given. So this is also one kind of source document. Okay. So let us go ahead with the next. So if it is ulta means it will be purchase invoice. So if you are like a billing person, just take it as example. In the billing bill to if it is comes as a ABC enterprise means it will be purchase invoice. Okay. So since it's a we are the vendors, ABC vendor enterprises are the vendors. So it has will be from our point will be considering that as a sales invoice. So if it is come for RK Electronics is what is B means automatically it will become as a purchase invoice. Is that clear? Next will be payment voucher. So what do you mean by payment voucher? Yes.
You made the payment for like any expense or something?
Yes, exactly. So if you are dealing with a company and if you have a miscellaneous expenses and all means obviously we can record what and all the payment you are doing means automatically you'll be using a payment voucher. So this is also one kind of source document. Okay. Next, receipt voucher. Receipt voucher means no.
The bill for the things what we bought.
The bills
The bills for the things what we purchased, I think so.
what we have purchased. So receipt means you have to think that it's a income, guys. Okay. So it's a whenever you are going to like anyway you like if you're selling products means obviously you'll be getting the amount. So but if you have a bill means you can record. So am I right? So you can record in your books of account. So you have to keep one carbon copy with you as well as you have to give one copy with the customers or one who are purchasing. Am I right? So for that sake, if you are keeping one copy means that will be called it as a receipt voucher. As you said also it's correct. So receipt also known as a if you are purchasing something also you can record it under the receipt voucher. Is that clear? So this is also one kind of source document. So check. So already we know that we are very familiar with the checks. So how many are using checklists? You are using. Okay, you have used right. So how many are used others? Anyone are used checklists? How many have checkbooks? Only for Navya. Yes. Others? Rishi
I
Sharma?
have, but never used, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
I've
And
I've never used it either. I only use card. I've never used that.
okay, fine. You guys are so updated, so that's the sake you guys will use check. You'll be going to do RTGS or you'll be going to do online payments. Am I right? Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. That's good actually. Fine. But we'll be considering this also a source document because if you're doing a transaction means obviously anything right? What happened? I think there is no power connection. So you can plug. Excuse me, guys. Now you can check once. So this is also source document where you can see the pay details as well as the fees, as well as the check number and checkbook number and lease number. So the 31 will be your transaction code, everything they have given. So this is also one kind of source document. So hope you guys are familiar with this, I guess. Okay. So just tell me, what do you mean by check bounce and what do you mean by cross check?
Isn't check bounce as in like when you don't have the money in your account and you write the check? And the cross check is like when you wrote the check, but you don't want that check to be cashed. You kind of like make like it's inactive or like void it, right? Or no?
So cross check, yes, somehow. And okay, as you said, is correct. So check bounce is nothing that. So if you don't have a minimum balance in your bank account, as well as sometimes if you have made any mistake in your checkbook, like in the leaf means automatically what will happen? The check will be bounced. So you can't able to use that. Okay. So that is what check bounce. So cross check means in the edge. So have you ever observed that cross check? Double line will be there. Tarun, have you ever seen that? And
Yes, ma'am.
Abhirami?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So that is what a cross check. Cross check means, so if you have a crossed means automatically, if you did not cross means anyone can use that. Okay, so the particular person they can go and they can withdraw immediately. So that is what will happen without cross check. So if you have a cross double line means obviously that particular person has to withdraw, as well as you can't able to withdraw immediately. It will transfer to one bank account to another bank account. So that is what about the cross check. Okay. So what is the due date for one check? How many dates it will be valid? One check will be validity date. Valid for how many months?
6 months, right?
No idea about
3
that.
months, ma'am.
Yes. Abhirami, correct answer, 3 months. It will be valid for only for 3 months. Okay, not a 6 months. It will valid for 3 months. I can show you in this check picture. I can't able to zoom, but can you all see it? Valid for 3 months only in the top of this.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so that is what the validity only for 3 months. Is that clear? Okay, fine. So let us go ahead with the next. So pay slip. So we call it as a deposit slip. So are you all familiar with this? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you mean by this deposit slip?
It is a deposit challan which is used to deposit the cash at the bank, ma'am, in our accounts or any other account if it is signed.
Okay. So here, Navya. ಹೇಳಿ. Payslip. If you want to deposit for the money for your particular account, you can use the deposit slip. So where you go, yes.
Does it only mean cash, or it could be other type of deposit, or is it only for cash?
Only
This
for
slip?
cash.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense.
It's only for cash. Okay. So if you want to do any transaction, means like if you have a cash means you can go for the bank and you can deposit. And not only for like you can use some other bank. If you have money and if you want to deposit for some other people's account also, you can use the deposit slip. Okay. And these things like we have to fill each and everything. And this copy will be given for the customers, and this copy will be going to keep for the bank itself. Okay, so this is what about the paying slip. So it's very important. So it is also kind of evidence. Okay, so next, purchase order. So it's I can say if you started a business means obviously we will be need of raw materials. Am I right? So in that situation, you have to order the things what and all you require. Just take it as an example. If you are dealing with the bakery means, so we need a basic stuffings of flour, sugar, essence, as well as milk. So these are the things will be considered as a raw material. For us, it's a raw materials. For others, it's a finished goods. So for that, so what we have to do means, if you want to order something with the XYZ company means from the ABC company, if you want to order something with the XYZ company means, so you have to prepare one purchase order. Okay, so what and all the requirement you have, and what is your budget, and what is your due date, within which due date you need a products. Everything from address to address, everything you have to maintain, and you'll be going to record in the purchase order, and you'll be going to give for the vendors. Okay, so that is what a purchase order. Is that clear? So this is also a evidence proof. Okay, so if you're like I can say that it's a kind of quotation, guys. Okay, so a quotation will be given from the vendor side. So for that, it's a sales order. For us, it's a purchase order. Okay, is that clear? Hello, guys.
Yes.
Okay, so the next will be a sales order. You can see. So here you can see that vendor details and all they have given, as well as who is giving the order. Gujarat Fried Stools. Okay, they are giving the order for vendor details they have given here. So you can see Kevin Motors, they are ordering automatic saw as well as the drill blade. So blade they have ordering. So the next thing will be opposite to that, it will be the sales order. Okay, so just take it as example. If that particular vendor received that order, means for him it's a sales order. For us, it's a purchase order. Is that clear? Anyone have any doubts? Hello?
No.
Okay, fine.
Nope.
Yes.
No, all good.
Okay, the next will be debit note. So debit note, what do you mean by debit note? Anyone have any idea about debit note? Hello? Anyone have any idea about debit note? No idea. Okay, debit note also call it as a purchase return. Credit note also will be known as a sales return. Okay, so why we need purchase return and sales return means, anyway, I think hope you guys are familiar with the online shopping. Am I right? Amazon, Flipkart, Meesho, and we have a varieties of platform to do the purchasing the things. So if you don't want the product, or else if you are very damaged with the products, is what you're going to do? You're going to return. So that is what will be call it as a debit note. If you are returning from your point, we'll be going to consider that as a debit note. So the the purchase, the buyer point of it will be the debit note, and for the seller point, if it is a credit note. Okay, so since they are receiving, so it will be the credit note. For the customer, it is a debit note. Is that clear?
Yes.
Purchase return as well as sales return. You can see that. But debit note will be also known as a purchase return. Credit note is also known as a sales return. For you, it's a, for the seller, it's a credit note, and for the customer, it's a debit note.
Wait, I have a question. So basically, credit note is like more like a credit memo type of thing, where like if I return something from Amazon, as for example, they're not giving me the money back, they're giving me the credit. So that's
Yes.
like a credit note. And for them, it's like a debit note because they, right? Is that
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
That
exactly.
makes sense.
Okay, fine. So the next will be bank statement. I think hope you guys are very familiar with this. So each and every month we'll be getting a bank statement for your mail ID and all, I guess. So and in the passbook also you can see that. So if you want a print of the statement for particular year, means you can get that also. So what and all the transaction you have done for that particular year, for the day-to-day transaction, everything you can see under the statement. Okay, bank statement. So this is also evidence. So sometimes if you're missed also, if you can't remember also, you can see and you can cross verify that, and you can analyze, and we can able to record that, because it's a, we are dealing with the money, so that it's very very mandatory. So this is also kind of source document. Is that clear? Next we'll go ahead with the loan statement. So if you want to go ahead with the loan, means first and foremost what they will going to do. Anyone have taken loans online?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, tell me. Loan statement.
The record of loan dispersal amount.
Okay, record of loan disposal amount is exactly. So anything else?
And it will contain the interest rates and additional
Yes.
details of.
Exactly. So as you said, it's correct. So loan statement is nothing that if you're borrowing money, okay, just take it as example. If you're borrowing 2 lakhs means, so first and foremost, like just take it as example, HDFC Bank is providing a loan for Hemavati. Okay, so Hemavati, for a Hemavati, they have to make an agreement. So what kind of agreement means? So within this particular date, I'll be going to pay the interest amount. Okay, so what in the interest amount will be there for loan? So that is like they will be going to fix particular interest, can be a 13%, 10%, depends on the bank. So based on that, they each and every month that particular customer has to pay without. Sometimes they'll be making as a auto payment. That also they'll be using. They'll be connecting with the bank account with a bank account to bank account they will go to connect, that also they can make, or else you can pay. So within that due date you have to pay the loan amount, the interest amount, what is the interest amount they have given. So it will be like in the loan statement where you can see that the bank's details as well as the person on who are borrowing the money, the details of them, as well as the interest rate, everything will be going to include, and for how many years the loan you have to pay, as well as what kind of the loan you are getting, whether it's a education loan or a health loan, medical loan, as well as we have varieties of loan. I think hope you guys are aware of that, I guess. So and based on the vehicles loans also we have, and home loan also we have. So based on which you have purchased, you have borrowed the money. So everything details in depth they will be given in this particular script, and also you can see contact number also they have given, and past payment breakdown. So what and all the past payment, and if you're missed means obviously there will be a penalty. The rules and regulations, everything will be given. Important message where you can read, like you can't read here, but important message will be there. The rules and regulations. If you did not pay within that particular date means obviously what and all the circumstances they will be going to give. So everything will be mentioned that. Okay. So that is what a loan statement. Anyone have any doubt with this? So let us go ahead with the next, the registration date. So if your partnership deed and incorporation agreement and memorandum of association. So I think you can remember we had in P3 this concept, partnership deed. Do you all remember that? So can you all tell me what is the meaning of that partnership deed? Hello? Hello guys. Are you all getting bored? Are you all tired?
No.
Okay. Just tell me guys. What do you mean by partnership deed?
Is it just
Ma'am,
like
the
a
agreement between the two parties where the interest and the shares are have been mentioned.
Yes,
Like that, I
exactly.
think so.
Yes. Exactly what you said is correct. So agreement between the two parties. Okay. So you can two or more parties. Okay. That depends. So because sometimes we'll be going ahead with the partnerships. So like my friends and all will be going to we are going to plan one business, and each and everyone will be going to invest. So that is how exactly it will be going to work. So two or more person where they're going to meet each other, and they'll be going to get one agreement letter. So in that agreement letter you can see all the rules and regulation. So where you can see that deed of partnership, the rules and regulation, which month they have to invest, and which are the sometimes one partner can invest on assets, and one partners can invest on capital, one partners can invest on different criteria, employees. So it depends. So based on that agreement will be prepared, and what and all the percentage of amount, like after getting a profit, what and how many percentage of the amount has to be bifurcated, everything will be given, as well as in the deed you can see the the parents name as well as the son details, father details, everything will be there guys. If in case the person has that means automatically who will be responsible for that and who has to pay, as well as the profit amount who has supposed to take that, everything with the nominee. Okay, nominee, everything will be given in that partnership deed. Okay, so this is also registration. It's a registration deed. So if you are like if you go for the partnership, means we can't trust anyone, am I right? So if you can't trust the people, means if you have that agreement, means we can easily analyze that what is exactly happened, and what is in case if they fail to pay the investment amount, and if they fail to pay any kind of amount profit, if you're delayed to give the profit amount, means in that situation you can just show the registration deed, the what is the agreement between that. So if they have showed, means it's a kind of proof. If you showed, means automatically the problem will be going to sort out. So that is how. So for each and every sectors will be going to use the source document. Okay. So the next will be the rent agreement. If you are staying any rental house, means obviously we'll be getting this. Am I right? So anyone are staying in rental house? No, I think so. Okay, fine. So rental agreement means it's nothing that. So for so first and foremost we have to pay advance amount, and how many months if you are staying for lease or a rent. So it depends. So everything will be the rules and regulation. Everything will be there, and per month how much you have to pay. Everything will be written, and also criterias. So as not only that, so if they are particularly have damage or anything, means what and all the circumstances they have to occur, everything will be written in that particular agreement. So that is also kind of source document. Okay, so you can see the miscellaneous expenses where you're going to deal each and every day. So that is electricity bill, water bill, telephone bill, tickets, credit card statements. So these and all the things will be known as a miscellaneous expense, and it is also source document. Okay, so it is also source documents. Without this, we can't able to prove that we have done that, or we have received that, and we have did the transaction based on that. Is that clear? Anyone have any doubts with the source document?
No, ma'am.
Are you clear?
No, ma'am.
Clear, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes. No, thank you. We have one more concept. Okay, so I'll be going to complete this last concept. Okay, don't worry. So
I'm gonna
fine.
ask you a lot of I'm gonna ask you a lot of questions on this. I always get messed up with what's debits and credit. So this is like the most confusing to me.
Nice. Okay, doesn't matter. Fine. So, okay, since already we have a common student, so can you all tell me what is the meaning of debit as well as credit in accounting concept? I don't want the golden rules. So generally, what do you mean by debit as well as credit? Come on, guys, make it fast. Hello, common students. Where are you all? Tarun, Virami. You guys have forgotten. Don't tell me that you guys are COVID batch.
Not COVID batch, ma'am, but doesn't have so much idea. As we done some academic problems, this is very hard to explain now.
Okay, fine. And what about Abhirami?
Like, I'm not sure.
Yes, you can give it a try. Are you there at the center?
Yes, ma'am.
Then why there is so much of noise?
Because of the
Background.
fan.
Fine. Just tell me, Abhirami. And dear Navya. Increasing the asset will be known as a increasing in the asset, it is a debit. Decreasing in the credit asset is a credit. Some are correct. Something else. Hello. Okay, fine. Let us discuss. Okay. Always the debit as well as credit side should be equal, guys. Okay. So you can see that debit as well as not only in a single entity, if you're maintaining a ledger means there also debit side as well as the credit side should be equal. Okay. If you're debited, means automatically, just take it as an example. I have explained you that. So just take it as an example. If you purchase furniture, so what will be debited and what will be credited? Furniture account will be debit and bank or cash account will be credit. Am I right? So here debit. So since you are purchasing, so that's the sake. It's a debit all expenses and credit all incomes and gains in golden rules of accounts. Okay. So we have a 3 golden rules. You can see that nominal account, real account, and personal account. So in the personal account, if you go ahead with that means debit the receiver and credit the giver. And in the real account, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. And in the nominal account, we have debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Okay. So this is the golden rules which we have. Please take down. In the personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Then in the real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. In the nominal account, according to nominal account, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains.
I have a question, ma'am.
Yes.
So you said like real account, personal account, and nominal account, but how do we know which is what account?
So if you're dealing for the personal use, just take it as an example. If you're receiving a salary, okay, from the main account, the nominal account will be considered as a main account. Okay, just take it as an example. XYZ company, they have a account, SBI account. So in that they have invested 50,000. Okay, so whatever I'll be telling, please do imagine. Okay, so please do imagine so that you'll be clear about topic. Okay, so in the nominal account, so will be the main account. Okay, so where you'll be going to invest the capital here. Okay, so later we'll be having a bifurcated into 2. That is, one is a personal account and another one is a real account. Personal account means from the nominal account. So for the personal account, we are going to send the salary. We are going to pay the salary for the personal purpose. Okay. So now you can see that debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So if you are receiving, so since we are invested to this, so debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So that crediting means it is a incomes and gains. So that transferring for personal account. So it is a expenses and losses. So for the personal account is debit the receiver and credit the giver. If they want means they can give for someone. Credit is a giver and debit is a receiver. Okay, when it comes to real account, okay, debit
expenses and losses.
Debit the receiver, credit the
sorry.
Sorry. I also made a mistake. Okay, according to nominal, it's a debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. For the personal, it's a debit the receiver, credit the giver. Under the real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Okay, so debit what comes in and credit what goes out. So nominal account, from the nominal account, it will go for the real account. Real account is nothing that particularly for the assets. Okay, for the assets to purchase the raw materials and to purchase any kind of things. So if your manufacturing company means, so we have to keep some of the amount in the real account. Am I right? So we can't deal with the main account. So that's the purpose. You'll be keeping one, just take it as example, HDFC account. So that particular account will be specially meant for the assets purchase, for the assets as well as the raw materials, what and all you want to purchase, you'll be going to purchase in that particular amount. So from the nominal account, you have sent, so debit, what comes in, credit was goes out. Is that clear? So this is how the three accounts will be going to work. So if I deposit it to nominal account, it is coming in. Debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So if they are transferring, debit all expenses and losses. They are debiting. Debit means it's a expenses, credit means it's a income. Is that clear?
That makes sense.
Somehow.
No, yeah, it makes sense because nominal account is just all incomes and gains, and then real account is like all assets.
Yes.
And the personal
Personal.
account is like people, companies, and customers, and all of that. So
Individual.
that
Yes.
makes sense.
Individual. Yes.
That makes sense. Yeah, and then kind of rules make sense. Okay.
Yes. So that is how the accounts will be going to bifurcate. Is that clear? ಇವಾಗ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲ? So Tarun, did you understand? Are you clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what about Abhirami?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So let us go ahead with the next. So here you can see that in accounting, every transaction has a two aspect. One is the giving aspect and another one is a receiving aspect. Credit means it's a giving aspect and debit means it's a receiving aspect. Always debit as well as credit side should be equal. Don't forget that. I think if you're a commerce student, if it is not tallied, this will be worried. Am I right? So every time we have to tally the both the side, debit as well as the credit side. So same thing will be appear for each and every financial statements. Okay. So as said, it's a giving aspect, means it's a crediting. So in your bank account also, you can imagine that. So if I transfer some amount means, so you'll be receiving that particular message. Your account is credited rupees that and this, but it is ulta in accounting. So giving aspect, credit is giving aspect, debit is receiving aspect. Okay, is that clear? Is that clear online?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, in the olden days we used to use this format, guys. So you already know that debit side as well as the credit side. So if you're did any transaction means we has to maintain here. So I think now you got an idea, not idea. So you guys went back to BCom, I guess. Okay, fine. So this is what exactly the format will go to work. So the next, so debit and credit rules. So we have two rules, as already I have explained you all the same thing. So accounting equation approach as well as we have two approaches. One is a traditional and another one is a modern approach. Okay. So golden rules of accounting is a traditional approach and now it is updated to modern approach also. Let us go ahead with each one one by one. So I explained the traditional, the golden rules of accounting in the traditional way. So now let us learn the modern accounting approach. Okay, so you can see that we have a major 5 accounts. So all accounts can be classified into 5 categories for the purpose of the recording the transaction: assets, liabilities, capital, income, and expenses. These will be the main accounts. Am I right? So in the accounting, we are going to bifurcate. You are going to categorize into 5 things. One is the assets, liability, capital, as well as income and expenses. So assets means I think you'll be knowing that. So what and all the cash account, as well as we have account receivables, inventory, fixed assets, prepaid expenses, everything will come under the assets. I think you guys can now remember the balance sheet. If you remember the balance sheet means you'll be getting this idea. And for Rishi Sharma, you don't know, but still try to imagine. Okay. So just take it as an example. You'll be having one debit side as well as one credit side transaction. Debit will be the assets as well as the credit will be the liabilities. Okay, credit side will be the liability side. So here first in the asset side, we'll be going to assets, liabilities. We have 2 columns. So here you can see in the assets what and all we can record means the cash transaction, account receivable transaction, inventory. Inventory is nothing that stock items. Okay, what and all the stock items, if you deal with the stocks means you'll be going to record fixed assets, long time fixed for the if you purchase any long term assets means, and prepaid expenses. So prepaid expenses paid in advance. So anything if you're paid in advance means those stuffings you're going to record it under the assets. Okay. Under the liabilities, you're going to record accounts payable, which is regular in nature. Okay. So which is regular in nature. So accounts payable, loan payable, IT payable. So these are what and all the payable will comes, right? So it will comes under the liability side. So once again, I'm saying, imagine in the asset side, all the assets related things, cash related things, receivable things, everything will come. Receivables, what and all the receiving aspects will come under the asset side, and in the liability side, so it will, which is continuous in nature. So those stuffings will come under the liability side. And next will be the capital. So in the capital account means what and all the capital amount you are invested or your some parties are invested, everything will come under the capital account. And income. So in the income means you will be knowing that income statement we have. So what and all the income was got for you. It can be a sales income, service income, interest income. So everything will come under the income. Expenses means the expenses occurred for the particular year. Salary, it can be after paying salary, it's also expenses. Wages, if you purchase wages or you're giving a wages means automatically it is also expenses. Purchase, travels expenses. So these and all the things will be considered as a expenses. Okay, so these will be a main thing in accounting. So we have categorized into 5 things. So assets, liability, capital, income, and expenses. Is that clear? Anyone have any doubts?
Clear, ma'am.
Okay, in the modern approach, you can see that assets and expenses. So if asset in the modern approach, guys, please make a note. If you want, you can by heart this also. Okay, assets and expenses. Okay, they have given 2 things. One is the assets and expenses. If the asset is increases, if the asset side is increases, it is a debit, and if it is decreases means it's a credit. The value is decreased means it's a credit. Okay. So when it comes to capital, income, and liabilities, so for this 3 things, if it is increased means the value is increased means it's a credit. Opposite to that, if it is decreased means it's a debit. Did you all make a note?
Yes,
These
ma'am.
are all the things you'll be learning practically, guys. Sometimes you'll be getting confused. Don't worry about that. Please go through e-learnings also. Okay, after the session. Okay, here in depthly they have given accounting equation approach, assets. If assets increase in the asset, increases in the asset, it will be going to debit. And if it is decreases in the asset means it will be going to credit. And liability, if it's decreased, the amount value will be decreased means it will be debit. And if it is increased means it's a credit. And capital, if it is decreased in the capital means it will be debit, as well as if it is increased in the capital means it will be credit. Okay. And in the income, if it is decreased means in the income means it will be debit, as well as it is increased in the income means it will be going to credit. In the expenses, it's increases means it will be debit, and if it is decreased means it is a credit. So this is what a equation approach. And I can say the format. Do you all remember that assets will have a 1 debit column and 1 credit column? Liabilities, 1 debit column and credit column. So where you going to record this? Is that clear? Now, did you got a clear picture about that? So if it is increased, the amount, the value is increased means automatically, if you got a profit means it will be the debit side. If it is got a loss means in for particular based on particular products means it's a you are going to record under the credit side. Is that clear? Hello guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And Roshi Sharma.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, for you guys, I'll be giving one case study. You can take a snapshot of this. Okay, you can work after session, you can just go with that, okay? But I'll be explaining now. So you can see that first we have a like you can see an entity named A to Z as the follow transaction. Commenced business by investing 2 lakh into Axis Bank. Okay, so they are investing here. Capital is there as well as Axis Bank is also there. So they are investing for the capital for the company. What is the journal entry for investing capital? What is the journal entry for first question?
Capital account to bank account, I think so.
No.
Bank to capital.
Yes. Bank account data to capital account. So can you see here? Access bank account data to capital account. Here you can see that asset. So Axis Bank it has asset because it's a asset. Am I right? Bank account. So and capital account you can see that's which is ready to invest. Capital is nothing that which is ready to invest for the company. So that will be known as a capital. So if it is asset is increased. So here Axis Bank is increasing, right? They are receiving the amount from the capital. As a Hemavati, I am investing. Am I right? So if it's the asset is increased means we are going to record it in the debit side. For the capital, if I am investing means it's a loss for me. Am I right? Alva. Hello guys. If it is a loss for you means it's a credit. Credit. You can see capital increases, it's a credit. So both the side because it's a if you are dealing with your company means it's a profit for you also for a bank also. So in that time particular rule will be asset will be going to increase, capital also will be going to increase. Both the side debit as well as credit. So since actually they have made a bit tricky, so they could have given separately. Okay, but anyway, did you guys understood? So because as a person you, Hemavati investing for yourself. Okay, so just take it as an example. It's your own bank account. SBI is your own bank account. If you're investing means it's also profit for you, right? It's a not loss, right? So debit also it increases as well as credit also will be going to increases. So that is what exactly that means. Okay. Anyone have any doubts with this? And also rent paid through Axis Bank 15,000. So rent paid through it's a expenses. If you're paying means obviously you can say rent account will be the expenses and Axis Bank account is a asset and expenses is a increased. Expenses is increases, so it's a that they have given debit side. So as well as Axis Bank, from the Axis Bank it is going out. So that's why it is decreased. Assets decrease. From the bank it is decreased, and for the rent you're paying. So from the capital amount you're paying the rent means the expenses is taking place. So that's the same. You can see that as rent account is having a debited as well as Axis Bank account is a credit. Okay, is that clear?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So the next transaction we have, so receive commission through Axis Bank 5,000. So here you are receiving the income. So what will be the transaction? Let us see. You can see that Axis Bank account and commission. So here you can see both the side also increase because you are receiving a profit. Am I right? So whenever you'll be going to receive, you can see asset also increased, debit as well as commission also going to increase. So that is the thing. So both the side also increase. It's a debit as well as a credit. So commission is you are getting credited from the other bank or a same bank. They are they are giving a commission means in that situation it's a income for you. So that's the same. Both the side also increase. So it is a debit as well as it's a credit. Okay. So the next will be you can see that. So purchase goods rupees 20,000 from XYZ X Limited. So purchase means it's a expenses. Am I right? What is the journal entry for that? Purchase Goods
Purchase account debtor to X Limited.
Yes. So purchase limited, purchase account debit to X limited. You can see that. So as you said, it's correct. So purchase account, you can see the type of account will be expenses. Since it's the expenses and X limited is a liability. Liability, why means it's a continuous process. So they are my vendor, they are my customers. It can be. Am I right? So one who are paying regular, like a long period of time means, so we'll be going to mentioning them as a liability person. Am I right? So you can see that expenses and liability. Here you can see that expenses is increased and liability also increased because why it has happened like this? Why this happened like this? A to Z as the following transaction. You purchase goods, you are purchasing. So that's the same. Yes, you can see expenses and liability. Both the side also is there. Expenses is increasing and liability also it will be going to increase. So it is a debit as well as credit. Are you clear? So the next will be sold goods for rupees 50,000 to Manu because it's a sales, it's a income. You can see Manu account data to sales account, assets and income, both the things are there. Assets will be going to increase, income will be also going to be increased because it's a income for you and it's a debit and credit. And purchase office furniture, the transaction will be the same. Furniture account data to cash account, asset as well as both the things are also assets. So assets will be going to increase and cash account will be going to decrease because you are purchasing here. And so both both things as like you can see asset also increased as well as assets also decreased. So both the things also assets, you can see debit as well as credit. So guys, keep in your mind for which transaction, which account it belongs to. Okay. And last we have a paid salary to employee. So this is expenses for us. So you can see salary account, it's a expenses, cash account will be the asset. So expenses increases and asset will be going to decrease. Asset is your bank account. So you have to think from your point. What and all is debited from your point means automatically it will be. If it is a amount is decreasing means automatically we have to consider that as a credit. If it is increasing means it's a debit. Okay, is that clear? A small trick for you. Anyone have any doubts? You can take this snapshot of this case study. So later you can go through the answers plus question so that you'll be clear about it. Is that clear, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone have any doubts? Hello, guys.
No doubts, ma'am. Clear.
Okay, fine. So, fine. Getting sleepy? I all got bored, guys. So we discussed so many concepts because we have only 1 week time for the practical of accounting. Because if you learn now also the same thing, you're going to learn in Tally also. While explaining Tally, again, I'll be going to repeat the same thing. So it's a little a brush up with the topics. We won't actually we won't be going in depthly, but since Rishi Sharma is a non-commerce student, so I'm going in depthly. Okay, is that fine?
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Fine. Yeah.
And thank you for bearing with me, everyone. I kind of you guys kind of know this. This is kind of new to me, so thanks a lot for being patient. Really appreciate that for everyone.
Okay, Rishi Sharma. So now can we wind up the session, guys? Okay, fine. So I'll be going to wind up the session now. So see you all tomorrow with a new concept. So till then, practice well, guys. And if you're done with the first installment, means by today, end of the day, you'll be going to receive a LMS access as well as the e-learnings. So you can go with that. So, and if you have any doubts with any point of time or any questions with any kind of doubts, means if you are occurring means you can reach out to us at any time. Okay, not only me, so Abhiravi and one who are there at the Kormangla branch, you can directly go ahead with Chaitra ma'am will be available there, and Aditya sir will be available there, and sometimes CA Anis Thomas sir will be going to be available there. So you can just ask the doubts and you can clear that. And Rishi Sharma and one who are attending online as well as the Vijayanagara branch students, you can reach out to me. Okay, is that fine? So, anyone have any doubts at last?
No, ma'am.
Are you all clear? Are you all happy?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, guys. So now I'll be going to wind up the session. Thank you. See you all tomorrow with a new concept. Bye bye. Take care,
Thank you.
guys.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Yes. Thank you, guys.